Workflows can be used to automate business process. A workflow can trigger an action when a record is created or edited. This action can be immediate or time-dependent. Workflows can trigger the following actions, like assigning a task to someone, doing a field update, or sending out an email, or even sending an outbound message. From Salesforce application, we can send out a SOAP message to a target system. This can be used to keep the target systems in sync with Salesforce. Let's talk about a scenario where a workflow can be used to send out an email. When a position record is created in the org and the status is changed to open and approved, notify all the people in the company about the new position in the org. We can use a workflow rule to automate this. To create a workflow rule, you can go to Setup, Workflows and Approvals, New Workflow Rule. I would like to create a workflow rule on the position object. I'll call this rule New Position Alert, and when the status of the position changes to open and approved, notify all the users in the company by an email. There are a couple of choices of evaluation criteria: when a record is created, or every time a record is created, or when a record is created or edited to subsequently meet the rule criteria. Here, in our case, the evaluation criteria would be when a record is created or edited to subsequently meet the rule criteria. And the rule criteria would be status equals open approved, This criteria is quite clever because there could be a position that just got created with status as new position and sometime later is updated to open and approved, and you still want this workflow to be triggered. Let me go to the next step. The workflow can trigger the following actions. These actions can be immediate or time dependent. I would want to trigger an immediate action to send out an email alert. I'll call this workflow action New Position Email Alert. And I also need an email template for this. Let me do that in a new tab. To create an email template, you can go to Communication Templates, Email Templates. I'll go ahead and choose a text template. And the template would read, "Hello, there is a new position in our company, and the job responsibilities are, and the salary range is, and referrals can earn an attractive bonus. Thanks, hiring manager." I would want to insert fields from the position object onto this template. I can use the merge field values from the position object. I can select the fields and copy the merge field value and paste it on the template. I can copy paste the job responsibilities, minimum pay, and maximum pay. I'll make this template available for use and save this email template. It is currently saved in the unfiled public email templates folder. I can go back to my earlier screen where I was creating the workflow action and use this template. The template is New Position Alert Email, and the recipients would be all the users in the company. If there were more users in the org, then I could add all of them as recipients of this email. We can also add 5 external email addresses. I can save this workflow action and activate this workflow. To test it out, I'll go ahead and update the status of an existing position to open and approved and save it. I should have received an email alert. Let me go check. Here, I have an email which is nicely formatted, and you can see how the merge field values are rendered onto the template. So every time a position status changes to open and approved, all the recipients are notified by an email. Let me talk about another scenario. The company is working with a partner to help them recruit talent. When a position status is updated to open and approved, send out a message to the partner system after 2 days. So when a position is created and approved, the partner is notified that they can start looking out for potential candidates. We can achieve this using a workflow. Since we already have an existing workflow with the same criteria, I can add a time trigger and a workflow action to it. To modify an existing workflow, you need to deactivate it first. I can create a time trigger 2 days after the rule trigger date. I would like to send an outbound message to update the target system. And update the target system with the position information. The endpoint URL is the location to which the message has to be sent. I'll just make up this random URL, but in real time, you can find this out from the system administrator of the target system. And I would like to send the information present in all these fields. And let me save this workflow and activate it. Now, I need to generate a WSDL file for this outbound message and send it to the administrator of the target system. WSDL stands for Web Services Definition Language. To generate one, you can go to the outbound messages present in the workflow section. This was the outbound message which I just created. You can click on this link. This file contains information about the payload it carries. You can see the object information and all the fields it is carrying. And the message destination. You don't have to worry about all these details. I'm trying to give you an overview of the process. You can save the file and probably email this to the administrator of the target system. The administrator can import the WSDL file into the target system. This will help the target system understand and process the incoming messages. So, whenever a position status changes to open and approved, an immediate action is fired, an email is sent out to all the people in the company, and 2 days later, an outbound message is sent to the target system. You can also use workflows to assign tasks to someone or update a field on a record.